four-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
G'day, and welcome to a Division E West game. I haven't done Division E West in a while. It's I actually don't think I've Division E West at all this season. Also, hi Shy, I hope you're doing well. I usually just stick to, I think I've just done E East so far. E West has not been something I've really touched. I don't really know E West, so this should be a fun one to look at, as I'm currently just rolling a dice around. As people have just found out, that's how I decide what division I'm casting when I'm doing random days. I just got a D8 here, and it's like, yeah, it's an 8. I'm going with Division E, which I don't know if there's that many divisions. I think I cut out one. I reroll one. Anyway, we have Community Pizza facing off against Bob's Minions. So Community Pizza decided to ban out both the maps of Cursed, Hollow, and Infernal Shrines. Yes, I'm probably going to cast them again, maybe, because they banned out Infernal Shrines, my bounty. And Bob's Minions banned out Ultrac Pass and Sky Industry, which leads us to a Garden of Terror. So, this should be a fun series. I also am very happy you finally showed up, Shy. Missed you quite a bit, despite me being busy and sore. Right, but let's, without further ado, get on over into the game, shall we? There we go. Buttons work. Right. I actually hope these teams are the right way around. So on the left-hand side of Community Pizza, we have Katsuch on the Rexar, Pad Zero on the... Oh my god, I'm just like looking at the character going, I don't know what that is. Zuljin. Dr. Krizzy on the Stukov. Gerudo King is on the Varian. And... oh. Bayonet is on Jaina. We on the other side, we have Exponent on the Tassadar. We have Soup Kitchen on the Anduin. Mockstache is on Falstad. Psychopaths is on Joanna. And Gossamer is on Cassia. I just want to make sure I have these teams the right way around, or even I have the right teams. So now, after the last match, I am just sitting here like, and I don't even know if I remember to claim this now. As we do have a little scuffle ready to go out, we do have a warning ping in a bush, just so maybe don't go there, guys. Just, here's an idea. That bush, dangerous. Alright, let's have a look. As Psychopaths does get a little stun onto Gerudo King. Yep, so definitely have those teams around the right way. Good to know. And we are going to get a little bit of scuffling coming up. Meanwhile, we do have Hogger going out onto Exponent. Exponent taking a decent amount of damage. Maybe not the best choice to go into... well, I said Hogger. Misha. I mean, the good dog. Misha, my favorite dog, is going to get stunned onto Exponent. Exponent can take a decent amount of damage, and they are stepping up a little bit too much, a little bit too greedy for Globe, and that is likely... no, they weren't actually able to take them down. Yep, I do have these teams around the right way, good. Right, so back to the action. We do have a little... the scuffle does continue top. We do have Janus actually bowling out Mockstache a bit bottom, and actually, this Misha is... this Rexar is... really getting Exponent's number. What we do see, bottom camp is now being taken by the side of Bob's Minions. Good start. We do need to give his camp coming out. Meanwhile, that siege camp is starting to be taken by the side of Community Pizza. But let's have a look at talents real quick. We have Lions Morph and Varian getting stacked pretty quick. That's the only one level 1. The other thing to note is Zuljin went Recklessness at level 1, meaning they're going to get faster stacks from their You Want Axe, and hopefully they're able to get a decent amount of it, as Psychopaths is trying to slow them down with those blinds, and we see Taunt Variant is going to come out as well as level 4. Meanwhile, stacks, we have Auto Attack Tassadar at level 1 with those 17 stacks already. They are going to get stunned once again. We also have Gathering Storm from Valstad, who isn't probably doing an amazing job in the bayonet, but only one target for that hammer is not amazing by any means. But they're doing pretty well with it so far. Now, I do hope that the side of Bob's Minions do decide to give this objective, as it is very... they have to get very aggressive for it, and they're not quite in position to do it at the moment. Instead, they are just going to do their top camp. They are just going to get these camps rolling. And now Falstad also has a Bruiser camp to deal with bottom as well. We can see Variant is kind of shepherding these away, just walking backwards and forwards, not even hitting them. There we go, we're starting to hit them. And there's the first objective going over the side of Community Pizza. Alright, this camp's being taken. Yep, that is Bruiser going over to the side of Bob's Minions. And we're getting the siege coming in once again. But I don't actually mind Bob's Minions not fighting for two reasons. A, it was going to be a rough siege to get anyway. Well, 3 reasons. B, you get top Bruiser now, which is about to get Exponent in a little bit of danger. And C, it means Zul'jin gets less stacks. And the longer you can keep him down, the easier it's going to be in the long run for you. Oh, Jaina died. I looked away for 2 seconds. I heard like a weird, someone died. But yeah, Exponent not quite want to go in. And we do see bottom Jaina did die, which is exactly what Bob's Minions need and want. So Community Pizza does obviously have a very clear kind of kill combo. Taunt, silence under them, and then either Zul'jin wails on them, or Jaina hits a big kind of burst follow-up. Both are honestly pretty feasible. And we do see 11-7s are now through for both sides. The side of Community Pizza is already left up. I don't think that the idea of leaving objective for Community Pizza forever is a good idea, but it can hopefully we do find something that does come up in the favor of Bob's Minions. And we can actually see Jaina goes down again bottom and actually just push. You're given seed, hard push. You want it, you need it, you have it, you take it, you get it. Psychopath's getting low. And they have to back out. Meanwhile, we do see Tesla is doing their best to hold top with that kind of laser beam build. And they are taking out. Oh, Misha gets a little bit of punishment there. And we do see Pato is like, I want the stacks, please. Just, please. Please. So let me just untwist my headphones. There we go. That's going to annoy me far less now that I'm just not getting hit in the tip with my own headphone cable as much. And we do see now that this is going to start being taken by Community Pizza. Community Pizza is actually in position to do this seed, which they do have 10s of. They're going to have 10s first also. Hi, I see. Hope you're doing well. And there we see a taunt coming out. Grudo King doesn't quite find the kill. Gossamer backing out. Paddle isn't quite stacked enough to find the kill yet. As they are just going to be able to walk as the, as I say, Gossamer is able to just walk out of danger and not do anything. I also hope you're doing well today, Icy. Soup Kitchen is in danger. Does get silence put under them. And I didn't think Community Pizza was big. I didn't think Bob Minions were going to get this one. Yep, we do see one interrupt coming onto Bayonet. We do see Gossamer trying to get out as well. Psychopath does get taunted, and that is falling sword used, but doesn't quite find doesn't find the interrupt. Pedo is now in danger. We do see Light Bomb coming out. There's an excellent triple stun pack coming out from the Light Bomb. We do see one kill coming out Stukov. We do see a second still coming out onto the Zul'jin, and that is a quick double kill for the side of Community Pizza. By the side of Bob's Minions onto Community Pizza. Right, so now we're going to have defense. We see Rocks are through for the side of Bob's Minions. Obviously, we saw Falling Sword and Light Bomb from Joanna and Anduin, respectively. We also see Tassadar has picked up the Archon. We also see Gust from Stukov, and nothing from Cassie yet. They're still making up their mind. On the other hand, we have Taunt from Varian, Massive Shove Stukov, Taz Dingo Zul'jin, Summoned Water Elemental from Jaina. We see Moxash having to roll out, and we actually now see that Varian in danger does have to use that shield wall to keep him alive. You know, Psychopaths gets very aggressive, a little bit too far ahead of their team. We see Stun coming out onto the, well, Gossamer, and they have to back out. And the last thing I didn't mention was Unleashables Rexar, which, speaking of which, they use Unleashables here. We see Archon popped in return, and it does actually scare off Katsuj enough for Exponent to live. Now we're going to get a nice fight here. Dr. Crizzy is getting to get pulled by that, and we do see that team going down. Nice Falling Sword hitting directly on top of Pato and Bayonet. And that Psychopath's dropping back out immediately as Pato is finally getting the stacks that he's so desired. And that is the Bruiser Camp being stolen. Community Pizza's Bruiser Camp being stolen by Bob's Minions. Nicely done. Right. And now we're going to get a little bit of calm. We see Misha and Rex, I guess, yeah, Misha is the one scouting, but Rex are using Misha to scout to see what's happening. We can see that both camps, well, we can at least see both camps are being done by Bob's Minions. Meanwhile, Community Pizza is just going to walk up and do that. And that is the first fort of the game going down to the side of Community Pizza. Well done. But there definitely is a kill advantage over to Bob's minions so far, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. But there is now going to be a macro advantage, but we do see, nope, they're going to steal the camp. Or at least they're actually going to get really aggressive on Tagruta King and Dr. Kizzy. And they're actually, the silence of the Psychopaths means that they aren't able to find it. Interesting Valkyrie being used, and we just see Master coming up, and actually Stukov's being able to hold on to the team for long enough. A little bit of anti-synergy there between Mockstash and Psychopaths, as the gust does actually gust them out of the falling sword. But that's now 2 kills picked up by Rexar, 1 by, well actually it's 2 for 2 now, but it's actually 3 for 2, 4 for 3. Actually 4 for 2, it's Misha that went down. I thought I saw another kill, but no, it was just Misha. As Community Pizza actually picks up 4 kills there. That team fight went very well for Community Pizza as Bob's minions kind of crumpled at the pressure that Community Pizza was pushing out. Jaina may not be able to get this. Yes, I've been saying Misha. I know I've been saying Raka. I know what I'm about. And that is the, once again, another objective picked up by the side Community Pizza. Bob's minions hasn't really been able to contest the objective so far, where they've just really given 4 seeds now over the side of Community Pizza. Sure, that last one resulted in a fight, but the first 3... Yeah, Misha, the good dog. My favorite dog. It is just Misha, but Misha is everything. It's my favorite dog. But we can see now objective is once again being called, camps are being taken, and very much Community Pizza feels like they have these fights in the bag. I'm going to have to call someone back, because I can see I'm getting a call right now, and obviously I'm not going to quite take a call mid-cast, but it's not too important. I say too important, but I know what it is about. We see that Exponent is defending top. We can see there is going to be a quick fight taking out here. We see talking about Soup Kitchen having to light bomb themselves. However, they go down. Falling Sword gets a decent amount of people. Katsuch is going to go down. Rexar has let down their bear Misha once again, as Misha will unfortunately go down with Rexar. I said bear, I mean dog. Their dog Misha. And we do have now objective once again being taken by Community Pizza. Indulgent is now getting up there in stacks, 19 now. They're getting that speed they need, as they were lacking up until then. Taunt comes out onto Gossamer. Gossamer not quite in danger though. Both kind of the major damage dealers of it. Have you asked Misha what they prefer to be called, Raka? I don't think you have. I don't think you have. I did. I asked them. I play Rexar, and I know. Misha likes being called a dog. Anyway, we're back into the game as we do have a wave being cleared by things. 16s from both sides. I'm also a Rexar. Remember, I was also a Rexar main. But we do have third objective coming up in just 30 seconds. And we can see that we are going to have a little fight coming up now. Psychopaths in a little bit of danger. Taunt was already used, however, so Psychopaths is going to be able to keep running. They do back up. There's nice Q, nice E. Blinds keep him alive for so long, but there is the route from... I may be streaming one more series after this. I do need to get lunch soon. I do have a few plans for today, but I will be streaming at least another series. But I will at least be going for a little bit longer. Anyway, we do actually have a first seed that Bob's minions really turned up to. That's a very early gust from Mockstash, and I do think it may be a little bit misplaced, as now we do see Misha get the stun onto Exponent. Exponent will be going down, and that is once again first kill of the series going over of this fight going over. We see Soup Kitchen getting a nice stun onto Bayonet at least. Bayonet, however, a little bit too much damage. Soup Kitchen is rooted, we're going to get stuck, and that's him going down. Then we have Psychopaths disconnected from the rest. They are going to go down in turn, and that is going to be the 6th seed in a row going over the side of Community Pizza. But yes, I likely will be streaming for a bit longer. Fine. Raka, I will call Misha a bear for now. Oh, more cats, Shy? I assume more cats. Unless one of your children are having an actual child, and that's different. But right. Plant Terror's coming up now, we'll see how this goes. As that is now all forts taken down. We do have keeps being pushed into. Yep. I had a feeling it was the cats again. And now we do have objective being pushed into. We do have a nice double stun by Misha. Misha, however, getting chunked in turn, does back out. Nice shove going out onto Vostokov, and we see light bombs on Psychopath. Psychopath's actually getting with stun, drizzling on top of Dr. Chrissy. Dr. Chrissy did step over too much, and there'll be the Vostokov going down first. Falling Sword actually overshoots, and we do see now that the team is able to back out. Psychopath's getting a stun onto Rexar, and we do not Rexar. Everything in my head now, Rexar and Misha. Well done. Well done, me in particular. And that is a pretty good defense put up from the side of Bob's minions. Community Pizza was looking like they were in a position to take bottom keep, but fortunately, Bob's minions held Community Pizza off for just long enough. And when his start of a bottom camp, they're taking a decent amount of damage from it, but not quite moving out of those damage circles, just choosing to heal themselves instead. And while Rexar has completed their level 4 quest, that 15 armor and extra regen will go a long way to keeping them alive. Oh, Moxarge just immediately flies onto the camp where it's just been taken, and just to clear the wave and immediately disappear. Right, we can see that the siege camp has also been taken by Community Pizza. It looks like they're going to be starting running down Exponent. Exponent gets taunted. We see the Misha there to follow up. We see the damage follow up. They pop Archon in panic, and that is them going down. We're getting some very tight rotations from Community Pizza at this point. They're giving up a little bit on Soak in saying that, but they do have that passive experience bonus coming through from the side, well, from the 3 forts of Bob's minions being taken by them already, and looks like they're going to actually, oh, no, they're just going to take Bruiser, their siege camp instead. I was like, maybe fort, but no, we're just going to get, maybe keep it safe, but no, we're just getting fort taken by them, we're going to have siege taken top, and we're once again in a situation where Bob's minions doesn't actually need to get the siege. Psychopaths maybe a little bit overstaying their welcome if the side of Bob's minions are a little bit tighter, but nope, Psychopaths is now in danger. Does this need to keep hiding in the bush, keep hiding in the bush. Run, 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 run! Oh no, you can see the piranhas are swarming. We see Psychopaths has been dismounted, but Silence gets them, they can't Falling Sword out, and that will be a dead Joanna. Yeah, I was wondering if the Joe had stayed a little bit too long there, and lo and behold, it was the Joe going down in the end. And now we are going to need to get a strong defense from Bob's minions. Yeah, we'll need to call that person back, huh? No, no. Right, yep. Cool. And we do have that level 20s coming through now. Let's have a look as we do actually... Yeah, his minions are just failing him. Anyway, we do see Vigilance picked up by Barry. Not one you see often. You see banner upgrade picked, but hey, if it works, it works. We do also have when push comes to shove. I feel like you're trying to take one of my phrases here, because Bob's your uncle, she'll be right. Yeah. And anyway, we do also see Armani Resilient. No. Yes, Armani Resilience picked up by Zul'jin. Winter Mute by Jaina, and Kill Command from Rexar. That we do see... Oh, that sounds like... Yeah, it is Universal Carrier. Oh, give that ASMR in.
It is time. Do what must be done.
It stopped spreading. It stopped spreading right as I said it, of course. Anyway, we have Wind Tunnel picked up by Falstaff. We have Imprisoning Light. Not something you see often at all from the Cassia. Twilight Archon picked up. We do see Light Bomb and a Fire picked up, as well as Heaven's Fury picked up by the Joanna. So this should be an interesting few fights coming up. We are in the position again. I'm just holding my dice. That's what that sound is. We do have Bob's minions once again going to go fight. Well, they are going to need to fight, I should say, this objective, as it is level 20s. It is the seed, well, the third seed coming up for Division for Community Pizza. They do need to take that one. We can see, meanwhile, we get some very safe plays by Bob's minions, but I think they do need to actually fight here, because I don't know if they survive a third plant terror phase in a row. And we can see they are rotating down. Note that Joe will be the last one there. If someone decides to step in before Joe, there's going to be a lot of issues happening with them. You can see that, yeah, literally, whoever walks through here first is probably going to die. And it's going to be Joe. Fortunately, the team was patient for Joe. Joe is distracted by a bear. Does scout two in that little corridor, but they do leave immediately. And there's what I said. We see Unstock come out. We see a lot of resources coming out of Gossamer to keep them alive. We see Tastingo. Actually, that'll be Zul'jin going down first, immediately losing their health afterwards. That is Rek'Sai using Feign Death briefly just to keep him alive. And we see Katsuch is taking a lot of damage. However, there's Rek'Sai going down next. Mock starts relatively low, but won't go down. Gerudo King finds Gossamer instead. And actually, there's a 3 kills picked up by Falstad so far, but they only found 1 in turn. Falstad will go down in process. Then Varian is soon to follow. And for once, that is actually Bob's Minions picking up the seed of the game. The first seed they've picked up for them. That's their first seed of the game, I should say. That was an all-important fight for the side of Bob's Minions. Let's see what they can do with this momentum now, as they really just need to kind of get things going. They decide not to do the camp. They're just going to push down mid instead. I imagine we're going to see a massive shove here from Stukov. Go, 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 go. Yes! Not quite. Not quite what you needed. Dr. Chrissy, no! 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 That's a dead Stukov! Oh, that's not the stagger. I know I made the joke about there being a massive shove there, but I didn't actually expect it to happen. And I didn't quite expect them to go splat as quick as they did for it. Even with a short shove, that was still them going down, which is unfortunate. Alright, Psychopants is away from their team now. Does Zul'jin finish? You want Axe? No, Zul'jin is at 27 stacks, which means we need roughly somewhere between 10 to 15 more auto attacks on a enemy hero. I guess technically 5 to... No, 10 to 15 still sounds about correct. We do see now they're starting the camp. That's the second seed of the game to have a community pizza. So now we're in a position where not community pizza, Bob's Minions. We're now in a position where Bob's Minions can actually get the win with just 3 late game seeds found in it back to back to back. But hey, I wouldn't say community pizza is out of it yet. Both teams have had it where they can just turn it around on a dime. And both teams very much have been in a scary position so far, to say the least. And I keep getting messages. Right, and there is that next seed called, and we're getting the side of Bob's Minions just picking up both camps. So there is at least a little bit of extra macro pressure on the map for Web Weavers. Web Weavers? Wow. It's the same mechanic. When the plant terrors do drop, there is going to be at least that extra macro pressure. I would say probably a little bit too ham of the camps now. But no, the camp's right there. They can just drop on it as needed. And let's see how this potentially last fight of the game goes. Oh, actually, yeah, more than likely whoever wins this fight will win the game, as it is a 20-minute plant terror. It is going to be pushing it down. And honestly, this should be a fun one. Let's see what happens. As the bear is scouted, we do see a stun going on to Xenopin and Gossamer, and that is Misha. Oh, there we go. There's the light bomb combo going out, and that is an excellent start to the fight for the side of Bob's Minions. Unkillable being popped by Zul'jin. Zul'jin now just completed his stacks at 21, going down. Nope, they get the heal off. Gerudo King stepping up, and actually that is the Falstad going down first. I don't think I even saw Winton going off. Then we do have a turnaround. So what was starting out as a bad fight for Community Pizza is now looking to be in their favor, as Bob Minions is on the back foot. Am I silenced? Oh no, huge silence by the Stukov. You're right, that was absolutely massive. It meant that both were able to go down. And that is the objective going to the side of Community Pizza. Also, welcome Sin. I hope you're doing well today. This is definitely going to have to be a push mid to end, but if they get one taunt such as that, I guess, we see that is Gossamer going down very quickly, and that will be a dead Cassia. And now a little bit of polymorph coming out. We nearly saw someone step back into it, but this core is falling relatively quickly at this point. There's the light bomb. Voice Hood comes out after light bomb already goes off, hitting 2, and that is a son of him. However, that is the game first game of the series going over to the side of Community Pizza. Good start by teams. Only not very many people saying good game. Come on, I know it's Division E, but guys, say good game to each other. Like, it was well fought. I'm actually very surprised that Bob's Minions were able to hold on for that long, considering how the beginning of that game went. It wasn't until level 20 they were able to get the first seed. They ate 3 plant terrors in a row, and then nearly... Well, actually, they aren't 2... They ate 2 plant heroes in a row, nearly ate a third in a row, but did manage to almost surmount a comeback. But lets me change it over to game summary screen and see how that went. So as we can see, there was definitely a macro difference. Bob's minions were out macroing Community Pizza actually relatively well. But because of how the team fights went, each of the kind of kills that came through for Community Pizza were at a large team fight for the seed. They were able to get the seeding. Bob's minions just didn't really contest it as much as they probably should have. But in terms of numbers, Tesla had most soak, most siege damage went, most hero damage went over to the Cassia, and then healing for Anduin. But again, they just didn't show up to those seeds and just gave away a little bit too much at the end of the day. Interesting that they decided to field a team without a second frontline. It definitely felt like it made their composition just a bit too squishy. They went down a little bit too quickly at the end of the day. Let's have a look at talent, see if anything stands out other than auto attack build from both Tacita. Cassia also went auto attack build. I do like auto attack build Cassia, but weird 4 to take with it. You typically see Plate of a Whale as well with it, but hey, didn't quite work for some, but it may work later. But other than that, not really anything standing out too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it over the map view screen. Let's just do this. Give me pizza 1. And let's see what our map 2 will be. What do we think? Is it going to be Infernal? No, Infernal Shrines is banned. It can't be Infernal Shrines. Braxis. It's not. It's Sky Temple instead. I feel like this one has also been a little bit less on the played side this season, as I definitely don't recall seeing it play. That is not Sky Temple, me. Because Sky Temple's directly under Infernal Shrines, no wonder. So I just misclicked, of course. Right. So, Infernal Shrines. We can see that Bob's minions have liked these bigger maps for the macro pressure, but Community Pizza do have a better team fight, I'd say, for at least this. So, okay, let me rephrase. Community Pizza has been going better team fights, but Bob minions have been getting the picks. Anyway, we have the game loaded up. Let's have a look at where we're going to go. So, on the side of Bob's minions, we have Exponent on the Dahaka, Soup Kitchen is on the Brightwing, Gossamer is on Greymane, Psychopaths is on the Joanna, and Mockstache is on the Bug itself. I can't remember what's called of this one. Zagara. On the left hand side, we have Katsuch on the Yorel, interesting. Then we have Garuda King is on the Arthas. Dr. Kizzy is on Rhaegar. Bayonet on Jaina once again, and Pad 0 is on Felstad. Interesting. You sound like a nerd. Interesting. If I didn't know you two and you didn't know you two were already friends, I would absolutely just go timing fiction out, absolute fiction out. But anyways, the Psychopaths is going to start with wave clear. Vision has been taken by the side of Community Pizza. I do want to see how this Yrel does into this. Because I know Yrel is definitely a harder one. Yrel is something I am not good at. I am absolutely garbo at Yrel. If you see me picking Yrel, you may as well go, oh, why are you throwing this game? Because in all honesty, if I'm playing Yrel, it feels a bit like a throw. But we do have it is just going to be a fight, and this Yrel's actually doing pretty well so far. Message clear, Rucker, timing you out. No. We do have that poke coming out. Psychoman's actually taking a decent amount of damage already. Because Soup Kitchen is starting. Both camps are being started at the same time for Bob's minions. And we're going to get Psychopaths just holding safely by the wave, making sure they're going to get at least a little bit of soak. Meanwhile, we do have Pad 0 kind of help assisting the siege camp. And Dahaka is definitely getting bullied by Katsuj. Not quite what you're needing if you're Dahaka. Not what you're really wanting if you're Dahaka. We can see now Siege is coming out. We can see Bruiser is coming out. This Bruiser is definitely going to help Dahaka. Yrel does have pretty good clear, but a lot of it is spell power, and this is not going to really help Yrel. Not going to be in Yrel's favor. What Exponent needs to do is really What Exponent really needs to do is save a tongue tool either after or during Urel's jump, and kind of tongue them to cancel that jump, because Katsuje is just getting so much value with it. You know, we can see Bruiser Camp is being taken by Bayonet and Dr. Krizzy up top, and there's going to be a decent scuffle coming out bottom, as we do have the Siege Giants are getting pressured. Gossamer does go in, get a decent amount of damage. Interesting. Decent amount of damage onto the Arthas, but they're not going to go down. Is that auto attack Arthas? No, it's classic tank Q build. Interesting. Other than that, we do have relatively standard array of talents picked up. In terms of quests, we have Frost Presence. Yeah, Frost Presence picked up by Arthas, Lightning Shield picked up by, well, Stormcaller picked up by Rhaegar, and Frequent Flyer by Felstar. Those are the only quests actually at level 1 picked up. We do also have Jaina's baseline, but that is a baseline quest. It's not, there's nothing to write home about, but it does give her extra damage and Ice Block. Actually, how does it work? Does it just give Ice Block? Yes, it just gives Ice Block. We can see an excellent route coming out by Gerudo King. A lot of ice on the field. But I gotta watch out for that ice sometimes. It gets a little bit slippery and you don't want to quite slip to your death. As you see, Arthas is just going to walk up Psychopaths, get Polymorph before they can activate VE. But gets an excellent route on the backline. Soup Kitchen and Gossamer both get hit by that. But Psychopaths is the one who's low. Soup Kitchen, do you have phase shift up? Not quite by the looks of it. Meanwhile, there is going to be once again a fight happening top. Psychopaths does use tap to go back in. And we can see now that they're stepping back onto objective. Nice slow. We see a W coming out. Does find Dr. Krizzy, as Dr. Krizzy gets polymorphed, and that'll actually be Joanna going down, Gossamer and Soup Kitchen having to back out, and we do, yeah, we're getting a Q-build Arthas. Definitely interesting. Definitely not the standard pick, but hey, it is going to work out for them. And we do see, we see a Gambit quest pick. Oh! Oh my god, I haven't seen this picked in EGS before. Well, I need to actually have a look at it. Dang, actually, that's a lot of damage. Right. We have a decent push. Yeah, once again, we're getting macro pressure coming out, but this is one of those maps where objective will always get a lot done. You need to get a lot done with these pushes if you're going to balance out the objective. I just don't know how I feel about Community Pizza's game. Bob's Minions game plan. Urel is now down here. Darker is been left alone to soak a little bit, so they do need to get that experience lead going. Oh, Arthas is playing Minesweeper. And there goes like all of Zagara's, like 4 or 5 things of Zagara's creep in just like a few moments. Poor Zagara. Yeah, I may take a break after this just because I'm feeling sore and feeling tired. Oh, look, more creep. So while I want to do 3, unfortunately with that last one, depends how long this match goes. If it goes map 3, maybe not. We do see Rhaegar is pulled in. Rhaegar doesn't, Rhaegar does indeed go down. Yeah, I may take a break after this one. Just because I do need to reply to a few people, because reasons. Anyway, we do see phase shift, we do hear phase shift come out. Pretty much even experience. A little bit in favor of structures for Bob's Minions, but it isn't really anything to kind of make any major comments about, just because of how close it is. We do hear that activation on Frequent Flyer, just that attack speed bonus is just foop. Right. I'm also got a launch farm here, but hey, either way, we're getting good old brawl happening so far. We hear a ding as bottom temple is coming up. Both teams are gonna, maybe both teams are gonna have 10s by the time we get there, but Gerudo? Wait a minute. You've spelt it wrong, Synthesis. But we do have heroic spot up for both teams now. We have Nidus Network from Zagara, Falling Sword Joanna, Emerald Wind from Brightwing. Interesting. Isolation Ahaka and Cursed Bullet on Greymane. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Summon Sindragosa from the Arthas, Ancestral Healing Rhaegar, Gust Falstad, Summon Water Elemental from Jaina, and Ardent Defender from the Urel. Oh, we do see Gerudo King has rooted Mockstache in their place. You little... I don't know your reference. But yeah, once again, we have Community Pizza taking objective while Bob's Minions are just deciding to push elsewhere. But they are getting constantly pushed out by 1 or 2 team members of Community Pizza. So these maps where you do need objective fights, it very much feels like it's in the favor of Community Pizza. Like, as we can see, Bob's Minions didn't step on at all. And I don't know if their game plan is quite going the way they really want. Which is probably a light way to put it, but it does happen from time to time. Sorry, my camera, my arm, yeah, I will need to take a break after this. My arm is just way too sore to keep going. You see Psychopaths does scout bush behind them. They may have accidentally clicked on minimap. I know I've done it time to time, but hard to say. We can see camps are coming up bottom soon. Psychopaths is going to chase off Arthas, is disconnected from their team. We can see Katsuch is coming in now. Does get jumped on Super Kitchen, hit by a decent hammer as well. And Euro is that hammer at one. Oh. Summon Syndragosa was used, but is immediately cleansed by the Brightwing. And we do see now both siege camps are going to get taken by their respective teams. As I'm going to zoom out a bit more, so we can see everything that's happening at once. See a little bit of blind action coming out here. Katsuch was scouted in the bush. And right. We're at a position where no structures are technically down. We have lost gates in each place. But it is very much, if Bob's Minions so choose, they can just run at a building and take it. Especially if they have especially when Syndragosa is up. However, Syndragosa is down. Currently, we saw it use that team fight to use it in a very loose sense, but it was kind of nullified pretty quickly. And this Nidus, yeah. I was like, that's an aggressive Nidus position. And Nidus does indeed go down. Double objective phase is coming up. We can see Psychopaths does take a decent amount of damage, but 13 advantage is through for Bob's Minions. I would like to see them try take a fight now while this is all kind of going on, but we can see that Pato is going top to Exponent. Exponent just chilling. He's just chilling in the middle of the map. They're giving objective again. We can see they're going on to Dr. Crizzy. Dr. Crizzy taking a decent amount of damage. Gerudo King has been scouted by Gossamer. And, I don't know how I feel about the series. This is a weird series. But we can see URL is going to dance around. But I love Division E, man. I love Division E so much. Exponent doing the best they can to get a bit of an objective down. We do hear there's all three buildings are going to go down. That's fort down for the side of Community Pizza. We see Soup Kitchen does push people back, and there is a decent amount of damage coming on Dr. Crizzy. Dr. Crizzy does, however, have Ancestral up, so they don't have to be too concerned at the moment. But all the while, there are shots coming in from both sides. Actually, no, for the first time we do see Dahaka is going to get that top. Oh, they're walking out. They're not wanting to deal with Falstad. Falstad, not their issue. We do see the fight still continuing in the middle, and we see Psychopaths is going to go down. Nice fast by Gossamer. We do see Katsuj does fall a little bit short. Soup Kitchen, keep in mind, doesn't have Blink Heal to escape. They only have Emerald Wind. Emerald Wind still on cooldown. They're not quite intensive wins yet. And it looks like we're going to have a boss call for the side of Community Pizza. Meanwhile, Falstar got most of top, and bottom has lost a tower. Not the most, but a tower at least. So we're going to get likely a pretty decent push coming up now for the side of Community Pizza. Right, so Gossamer is pushing up. We do have a rather invisible Greymane. And there is boss getting taken now, I should say. Sorry, there's a little bit of hit. I jumped the gun a little bit there. Sorry, silly me. Oh, this is so close to being down. But yeah, we can see now that all forts down for the side of Bob's Minions. We can see that one is nearly down for the side of Community Pizza. But we do see them taking Bruiser Camp. Meanwhile, they're going to have a boss marching on their keep. Has it fort? Yeah, fort. Yeah, no, it is. I don't know why. Even to this day, I still get some of them absolutely confused, and I don't know why. We see Syndragosa used to turn off the keep now. Excellent timing. Emerald Wind used pretty early. Soup Kitchen does try to use a knockback, but doesn't quite affect boss. Now, this is a boss that can just hit a turned off keep. That's going to get a decent amount done. We see Euro jumping in, knocking Psychopaths back in. Phase shift coming out onto Psychopaths does get the phase shift off, and there's still 30 seconds on to the Emerald Wind. Katsuche jumping in, knocking Euro. Oh my god, Psychopaths forward. Psychopaths barely holding on. a little bit less than 100 health by the time they got hit. But no kill was able to find them. And that's a nice triple stun by Katsu-J once again. Meanwhile, we see Dahaka has taken down Felstar top. Dahaka, get this. Go. Take the building. And we can do see that this will be it. They did find keep, but they did at least manage to hold on to the top. Yes. No. Just hit building. Yes. Come on. Bob's minions got the structure, let's go. We do see that there is a burrow from Dahaka, meaning they aren't going to get killed by Bayonet. They did go with a knockback on forward, which is an interesting choice. I didn't even pick it up, but I don't usually pick it because I know I'm not the greatest with it, but if the Dahaka can get value with it, hey, more to them. But we do see 16 to R through now for both teams. We can see actually Rhaegar was taken down bottom as Bob minions are able to find the kill. Right, and we're getting pushing in now, but this once again there's an objective pushing down top, so they're going to have to get at least this building and the gate for it to be all worth a while. Or they can go up and gank Yrel, because Yrel is alone. They can see that there were two here, but no, we're getting camp being done now. So again, we're getting some weird, interesting choices. Right, Gerudo King is going to use Summon Syndragosa to go in. I don't think Quinns needs to be used. We can see that was actually a nice falling sword by Psychopaths. However, they will get rid in process, and that will actually be Jaina going down. Katsu-J is now coming in, gets a nice jump onto him. Mockstash getting relatively low. Katsu-J pops that Ardent Defender. Mockstash actually will be the one in danger. Went to, as I say, maybe nearly escaping, but they go down before they're able to get out. But meanwhile, Yrel is also found in the process. Yeah, Dark 4 is actually doing really well to knock people back. I usually go the extra siege, the extra essence from minions and damage to siege camps on Dahaka, because I know it actually adds a lot of value if you're trying to do the double soak. The double soak thing just it lets you get your quest completed faster, your baseline level 1 quest faster, it lets you do camps quicker, and it lets you actually sustain through a lot of fights, especially if you are double soaking. But if you're team fighting more as Dahaka, the knockback does a lot to interrupt a few things. There's not too many things that you need interrupted in this one, but if you have something such as Anduin, who's using any form of thing, or anyone who's got a channel ability such as Rain of Vengeance, or you got Light of Stormwind, or actually no, Power, Holy Word Salvation, sorry. That's an excellent thing to interrupt for those, but even in team fights, just that small interrupt can knock you off and just delay an ability use. Anyway, we do have the side of Community Pizza, well, is it going down to defend Bob's minions? Bob minions very much wanting to do this hit and run technique of a very macro style gameplay where they just want to hit, run, but they're just getting too caught out in fights, and these maps aren't always the best for these hit and run team fights. They just need to commit to a building and just hold forward. We should introduce Bob's minions to Juice Pirates. I feel like they'd love Juice Pirates to no end. But no, not the team, the tactic, I should say. But we can see now they are looking at doing an objective. But there is the side of Community Pizza pushing up underneath them. Yep, and we can see now they are taking this objective. But we're going to get a good old brawl coming out. It is 4v5. But there is level 20 advantage through for the side of Community Pizza, who we see picking up the, oh my god, Absolute Zero, which is a route on the Arthas. There's Quinns from Brightwing. We do also hear Curse Book come out. There's Wind Tunnel pushing everyone into a corner. Not quite the follow-up there that maybe Farstarter would have liked. We do also see Farsi as a blessing from Rhaegar. Wintermute from Jaina, and Seraphim from the Yrel. That on-demand 10-second cooldown, unstoppable, which does a lot. Meanwhile, we can see there is a boss play coming up for the side of Community Pizza. We see Falling Sword coming in, hits just Dr. Crizzy. Dr. Crizzy does pop Ancestral, trying to get that splash onto everyone they can. And actually, that's Yrel needing to pop the Absorb in the backline. Darker coming in, doesn't quite find the tongue. We do see Isolation used, doesn't get found either. Oh, we do have Intensive Winds coming out now from Brightwing. However, Brightwing may have used it a bit too earlier. No, it is up. It knocks people off the objective. And that is Boss going over to the side of Community Pizza. And that is... oh, no, just beside Bob's minions. Bob's minions actually finds 2 kills. Finding both Yrel and the Rhaegar, and now, well, actually, and now Rhaegar, and they found the Greymane, and, well, actually, Greymane got found by Community Pizza, but, oh, the Greymane just, like, rage quit. He's like, nah, I'm out. I died. Not a fan. I'm out. Fuck this. Yeah, it is a kill over to the side of... Oh, no, it was a legitimate disconnect. Yeah, I thought as much, but I just, like, sometimes make a haha funny joke. But it was like, no, there is a rage quit. Rah! But no, it is definitely a reasonable thing for a disconnect to happen mid-match. This Greymane is coming back now. Oh, he's come back to the game now, but he hasn't respawned. He's still another 25 seconds off. We can see now camps are being picked up. Yeah, but I don't know why there is such a aversion for Bob's minions to commit to any kind of fight where there is a structure available. They're very much just going in, running away, going in, running away, and I don't know how to feel about that. Because it is definitely something where they could maybe have gone to the structure there and opened up their ultimate wing edition of Killing Core. But no, we are just going to get objective phase coming up, which they can't give an objective here. They need to fight, is essentially what this is coming down to at this point. This objective wins. This is a very strong objective. This map is one of the strongest objectives in the game, because you can just hit core from Narnia and, well, not have concerns. And we can see now that all 5 members of Community Pizza are top. And I think the side of Bob's minions have realized they do need to fight. Psychopath's actually knocked further in. We do see a nice stun, cancelling jump. But there is the summon Cindergrosso. That is, once again, Valstar going down first. But Katsu J getting a relatively big splash. It was a 4v5. It is now a 4v4 as Bayonet is going relatively low. Dr. Crizzy does use Ancestral themselves. Leaves Jaina. Actually, Jaina does get a root, keeping him alive. No, Falling Sword goes directly on top of him, finding the kill on to Jaina. Psychopath's actually staying on Dr. Crizzy. However, we do have now the fight coming out mid. As it is mid now, that's the issue. And that is Urel relatively low. We see Absorb being used a little bit late. Not quite going to find too much value of it, but it's Rhaegar going down next. And now, once again, we're seeing a late game comeback from Bob's minions. Hopefully, by this time, they can keep foot on it and actually win, as was last game where they were starting it, but didn't quite work out. Arthas is going court. Gerudo King is like, I'm done with this. But it looks like that may be all she wrote, as it is 4 counters on core, and that will be the game. And the series going over to the side of Community Pizza, GG called by at least one member from both sides. Alright, let's jump it on over to the game summary screen. Sorry, give me a moment. As I need to tab back in, as my computer's being a little bit slow, and my arm's being even slower. But let's have a look at talents. Anything that stands out in particular. Summon Cindergrosso is an interesting one, as always. But hey, it worked out in those team fights. So you can't really argue too much with that. Well, you can, but you shouldn't. It worked. Other than that, any other talents that stand out? Let's see. Yeah, the Gambit quest from Dahaka. That's something you don't usually see picked. It's definitely an interesting pickup. Slowing Banelings from Mockstash. Yeah, it's not often you see that on Zagara. Yeah. Everything else kind of makes sense for the most part. It's just, at the end of the day, Community Pizza took that series. So, let's swap it on over to the game map view screen to see how it went. Because yes, it was a 2-0 to Community Pizza. Community Pizza definitely had that team fight. I did like what Bob's minions were trying to do in macro, but at the end of the day, these two maps are maps where, well, especially Sky Temple. Sky Temple is a map that has an incredibly strong objective. It is something where you need that fight for objective, and unfortunately, Bob's minions just weren't really up to that fight. It does happen from time to time, but hey, that is what it is. So, Gunnerterra definitely was looking like it could have gone more either way. Bob's minions, the macro comp can actually work on that, because coincidentally, macro comps do pretty well with burning plant terrors. And you can see they did defend 2 plant terrors in a row and actually kept all of their keeps. They lost their forts, sure, but they managed to keep all their keeps and even took a few buildings themselves. But they never fully committed to that kind of macro strategy they had, which they probably could do. If they were just to fully commit and hold forward and not give up, I think that their strategy may have actually pulled off in that one. But Sky Temple is just a bit too rough of ones to kind of pull these macro comps. You kind of nearly need it all in it if you are going to do it. So it was eventually found by Community Pizza, as they did just kind of get too many of those objectives uncontested. Anyway, that will be it for me for now. I am sore. My arm is just dying. I'm also hungry, so I need to make some food. So, to everyone who is watching, I wish you a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending where you are in the world, because time zones are weird. But I'll see you in the Nexus. Goodbye. Well, at least for now, I may be back in a bit, but I'm about to go fix up a Division B Division B report that needs fixing. So, catch you all later.